welcome to QI for another reckless poke of the screwdriver into the fuse box of the unknown. Joining me in the cupboard under the stairs tonight are the slightly shocking Sean Locke.
Thank you.
The very current Rich Hall. The positively electromagnetic Joe Brand. And the wiry young shaver socket, Alan Davies. Tonight we cast an eclectic light on the subject of electricity. Let's complete the circuit. Sean goes. Joe goes. Rich goes. And Alan goes. Oh, Alan. Thank you, Alan. Now, don't forget, each edition in the E series encloses an elephant, right? The first to spot it by waving your elephant card will win our generous Elephant in the Room bonus. Like so. Otherwise, simply electrify me with interestingness. Anyway, the atmosphere is already absolutely,
electric.
Alan. Oh, you'll have to do better than that. Now, question one, I think. I'm naked. It's pouring with rain. Can you give me a good reason why I should crouch down with my bottom in the air? Joe.
Stephen, I wouldn't have thought you'd need a good reason.
Thank you for that.
I don't think you need a good reason, because I don't think anybody's even going to approach you to ask you what you're doing. It's a clear signal you want some time alone.
I'm just picturing that image.
Yes.
It's one of the most erotic I've ever... I think it'd make a great Athena poster. Your buttocks in the rain dripping on bedroom walls up and down the country.
I think it's because your bottom is the least likely part of you to be struck by lightning.
You're sort of in the right area.
I'm going with the electric thing.
Yeah, absolutely right. It is to do with lightning. Apparently it's a very good stance to adopt if you're caught in a lightning storm.
Or can you just drop your trousers and moon?
Yeah. That might be.
Lightning, everyone!
What should you not do?
Go and climb to the top of a pylon or something like that. Hold a 40-foot metal pole. And come on!
Don't put on a metal hat in the golf course.
Don't stand under a tree.
What is the problem with being under a tree? Why is that bad?
Because they're more likely to be struck by lightning.
And what happens when they are?
There's a big flash, a lot of flame.
All the squirrels fall on your head, not down.
You know, you might get burned.
Yeah, well, the sap boils in an instantaneous way and the tree explodes. You'll get covered in splinters. The best thing to do would be to get into a car.
Really?
Yeah.
And drive away from the rain.
You just close the door and stay in the car. It acts as what's called a Faraday cage. It bars, if you like, electromagnetic fields. It's actually 30 million volts you can get in a bolt of lightning.
Why can't we harness that power, Stephen?
Well... Do you think you're more likely to be struck if you're a man or a woman?
Man. Well, men are out and about a lot more, aren't they?
You are actually 6 times more likely to be struck if you're a man.
The man always has to hold the umbrella, because if the woman holds the umbrella, it keeps jabbing the man in the arm. So that's why he's more likely to be struck.
Is it because women wear more rubber than men? And it just kind of conducts through them? Because a lot of women wear rubber pants.
Do they now?
Did you not know that?
No. Not really my area. The wire... Do you have wire in bras? Do you? I mean, does one?
You do if you have massive knockers that are in danger of injuring people.
Right, and they
do
need...
you fall into that category?
You're doing badly, I have to say. You're very...
Thank you. Yes, a lot of...
fulsome pair of fun bags there. But,
Do you know what? That was almost heterosexual.
And maybe on the
It
turn.
wasn't, though, was it?
No, not really.
I'd like to hear you whisper that when you're bent over naked in the rain. fulsome pair of fun bags.
Well, people around you are getting struck by lightning.
The wire won't attract the lightning, but it will superheat when you're struck. You
So
can
your
burn
bosoms
yourself.
blow up.
Yeah.
How exciting. I'm going to have a go.
There's an actor I work with, and he was once walking on the street, and a manhole cover right next to him got struck by lightning, and it flew up in the air and landed on his head.
So instead of being hit by a manhole, he should have been showing his manhole to the lightning.
Yeah.
Anyway, but the quite interesting thing is, how often does lightning strike the Earth on an average day?
4.
4. So we've got 4. I can say that it's more than 4. Anybody would like to...
Is it 5?
How could you...
It's 17 million times a day.
No.
No.
way.
It means about 200 times a second.
Why can't we harness that power?
What? Perhaps we should. How many people in Britain do you imagine are killed each year by lightning strikes?
12.
None.
30.
2.
It's between 3 and 6, actually. It's not very many.
4 or 5.
4 or 5 would do it. In America?
Probably a lot more because there's more of us.
400 Americans a year die of it, and about 1,000 are injured. There was one American, 7 times he was struck. He was a park ranger at the Shenandoah National Park.
I know that guy.
Well, he did die in 1983.
I knew him in 1982, the last time he got hit.
Do you know how he died?
He was very testy. Very irritable.
His name was Roy Sullivan. He actually...
That's not what they called him, though.
No.
Called him Bernie.
He shot himself in 1983.
He should have just crouched down with his manhole in the air.
The point is, if you're caught in an electrical storm, you don't want to shelter under a tree. The best thing to do is to get into your car, but failing that, crouch down into a ball with your head down to your knees and hands clasped behind your head. Now, I have a conundrum for you. Can horses catch eels? It's a rather attractive horse, actually, isn't it?
Yeah. Personally,
It's a very beautiful horse.
yes.
Not a bad-looking eel,
you prefer
either.
the eel.
I like the eel.
There's more you can do with the eel, possibly, but the horses...
It's very hard to get a horse down your pants.
Oh! There genuinely is a very attractive horse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice hair.
I bet he's a wanker, that horse. I bet he runs around going, look at me.
But anyway, can horses catch eels? That's the question.
I think they can.
And how would they go about it?
A net.
There was this German who observed in South America the way humans used horses to catch eels. Very particular kind of eel.
Well, was it an electric eel?
It was, because that's our theme of the day. It was an electric eel. How would you use a horse to catch an electric? Why
Did they get
can't
it
you
to
catch an
sort of
electric
like
eel in a
hold
normal...
out a fork with a bit of bread on it and try and get the eels to toast it with their...
You'd have to be on horseback because otherwise you'd get electrocuted, something like that.
Well, the problem with catching an electric eel is that, yes, you would get a very nasty shock, 650 volts in a...
Put you right off it.
So I'm afraid the horses were sent into the water where the electric eels would go crazy and discharge all their electricity until their batteries were flat, and then they could be safely harvested. And the poor horses, of course, often had heart attacks and died of fright or drowned and got very upset. So it was rather mean.
Got very upset.
Yes. Distressed is the word we use of animals.
I don't like it in the water, the eels. Ow!
I wouldn't do it to that nice, pretty one, I hope.
You like the tousled hair look? There are
I
boys
think-
all over England doing themselves in your style now. I'm going to send you horsey photos.
So, half of an electric eel's whole physiology is devoted to creating electricity. So they've got quite a powerful kick, but once it's used up, then they're easy to catch. They're not actually eels, oddly enough. They're a sort of knife fish. 69 species there are of electric fish, including the torpedo fish. And the torpedo fish comes from the Latin torpore, meaning to numb. It was used as an anaesthetic by the Romans. And from that, the underwater missile was named. Now, here's a big question. In 1903, Thomas Alva Edison released a movie whose title consisted of 3 words, 2 of which begin with E. What was it and who starred in it?
I know, we've nearly forgotten them, but here it is.
Oh, elephant in the room. Well, you are absolutely right. It was actually called Electrocuting an Elephant. He made a film in which an elephant was electrocuted. Hooray! You win those points.
How many points?
10 points.
Oh, 10 points.
Now, why would Edison want to electrocute an
He wanted to
elephant?
electrocute the biggest thing he could find to show that he was the best at electrocuting.
Well, actually, it was the reverse, you see. He believed that his direct current was safe and wouldn't hurt people and didn't electrocute. He wanted to destroy the reputation of alternating current, which was owned by Westinghouse. So he used the word Westinghouse to mean electrocuted. And this elephant, Topsy, was sentenced to death on Coney Island because Topsy had killed 3 human beings and was going to be hanged, or was he going to be poisoned? What was going to happen to Topsy? Yeah, I know. It's quite a picture, isn't it? And... poor elephant. So Edison won the right to electrocute him in public to show how dangerous it was. This thing you're letting into your homes will kill an elephant. And he filmed it as a PR film.
Yeah, it's like
to
a
show
snuff
people.
film.
A snuff film, exactly. Yeah. He gave it 460 grams of cyanide of potassium in carrots. He had wooden sandals lined with copper put on her feet. It was a she-elephant, I'd say. And then a current of 6,600 volts sent through her body. She died without a trumpet or a groan, apparently. And he filmed the event, tried to persuade people to refer to electrocution as being Westinghoused.
He just went nuts and trampled the...
No, he hid in their rooms when they came home. He jumped out, strangled them. And he got away with it for months.
Wearing a Jason mask.
Nobody would have caught him. He'd have
Cunning
few
disguise.
few telltale signs around the flat.
Big elephant-shaped hole in the wall.
Yeah.
The first murder on Topsy's hands was killing a trainer who, frankly, deserved to die because this trainer gave a lit cigarette to eat.
He killed him.
Yeah, quite right, yeah. Don't do that again. Yeah,
I like the sound of Topsy.
yeah.
Don't mess
Fine.
with her, she's a bit temperamental.
Do you know that some elephants are evolving now that don't have tusks? Did you know that? Because the ones with tusks get poached, right, get shot. So the ones that with smaller tusks, right, don't get shot. So that gene of the small tusk gene lives on more frequently, and eventually elephants are going. And there's elephants being born now that don't grow tusks.
I like that. I like it.
And there's some tigers now that have been made of Axminster.
Now, stop it. Nice animals, really. Not as sexy as certain horses, but... Anyway, let's raise the stakes now with something a little more technical. How fast do the electrons move along an electric wire?
They don't.
Oh dear, they do move. The very words we thought you might use.
Really?
Yeah.
So I would have said something that
Really fast.
It's very, 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 very fast. But also, I would have said that. I would have said that. I said I didn't say that. I would have said that actually probably like sort of 30, 40 miles an hour, something deceptively slow.
I would have said it's a bit of a crap question, really.
Why is that?
Well, because modern physicists see electrons as something you would call probability density functions.
That is an absolutely precise description of what quantum physics does call an electron, and I'm immensely impressed. And would have to give you 5 points for that, if not 10. That's astounding. They are exactly that. They do call them that. They are dimensionless entities that are quite hard to understand. But they do travel along electrical wires. But the interesting thing is, you're right to say slow. They're actually 0.03 miles per hour. Snail's pace along the wire. But electricity itself is incredibly quick. You have to think of waves. If you had a tube full of marbles and you pushed a marble in one end, another marble will come out the other end almost instantaneously. But the marbles inside are travelling very, very slowly. It's the wave front that moves very, very fast. And that's how the electrons travel along, literally at a snail's pace, about the same speed as
Does
a
that
snail,
work if you
each
get
one.
10 snails together? If you push the end snail?
Try that in
other
my
one's
dressing room
gonna be,
later. It's a lovely experiment and must be done. And now we come on to our experimental round. What is the most interesting thing you can do with the objects on the trays beneath your desks?
Oh,
Tell the boys and girls what you have in
I
front
have
of
a
you.
lasagna,
You have a lasagna,
a gherkin, which I'm liable to eat because I'm ravenous.
a gherkin.
I've got a bit of cable. You can heat it up. You can heat the gherkin. You can heat the lasagna.
Now, you plug
Plug
it
the
in.
thing into the thing.
Well, I
Tesla
think
do.
this is how Alan Sugar started Amstrad. That's one of his first computers. There you go, 30 quid.
You're absolutely right. You've done the right thing.
It's some kind of gherkins because they're pickled, and then I don't know anything.
That's honest, nothing else. Supremely honest.
Jesus!
But yes,
This is part of Kate Moss's new range at Topshop.
size 0. It's...
Nothing's happening.
No, but the gherkin will behave as a light bulb. If you put a charge through a gherkin, it will glow. The lasagna can provide the power. Because it's salty, and salt is an electrolyte, the two types of metal in the lid and in the pan, as long as they're not touching each other and shorting out, one of our elves experimented over the weekend demonstrating how a gherkin light bulb works, and you can see a lit gherkin. This is one of our elves, just the other day.
Wow.
Isn't that great?
It's like kids' TV in the 70s, isn't it?
Yeah!
Where's the lasagna?
And then we unplug. Well, the lasagna, unfortunately, you would need a lasagna, perhaps appropriately, the size of the floor plan of the Gherkin building.
I'm having one of those when I get home
Which is about
tonight.
5 football pitches worth of lasagna.
So, if I'm cycling home tonight, I shouldn't put a lasagna on my crossbar. No, I have got lights, officer. Careful, it's hot. These will be in the shops soon.
Yep.
The lasagna pod.
As far as trying this at home goes, wiring a gherkin to the electric lights, don't, obviously. I mean, obviously, be sensible and don't do anything because I tell you to or tell you not to. Live your own lives. Essentially, try and do that if you can.
Shag horses.
Yeah. Well, now, in an abrupt volte-face, we turn face to face with the ghastly spectre of general ignorance. So, fingers on electrical devices, if you would. What is the difference between a ship and a boat? Yes, Joe.
Has a ship got curtains?
Just about the oddest answer I've ever heard to any question.
No.
A ship may have curtains, but so may a boat.
Ships are bigger. They are bigger. Ships have lifeboats. Boats don't have lifeboats. They're already a boat.
Well, we're talking Navy here. We're talking Navy. In the Navy, a ship is any vessel which is...
named.
No. Surface, i.e. ships, frigates, destroyers, anything like that, except little dinghies and lifeboats, which are boats, I grant you.
So a boat is a
But
submarine.
A boat is a submarine. And some submarines are bigger than 3 frigates put together.
So what's the difference? I'm afraid I
A boat
failed
is a
to-
submarine.
Submarine goes underwater. Sorry,
about,
Stephen.
like,
Well, no, it doesn't.
What
Ship
about,
goes on
like,
the surface.
A rowing boat, is that a ship then?
Don't have them in the Navy. Shit. Stephen, they don't have rowing boats in the Navy, do they?
They might have oars on a lifeboat, which is a boat, I grant you. But there's not a vessel of the line.
Is it a rowing ship then?
it's in the Navy, yes, it is. It's a rowing ship.
So the only boats in the Navy are submarines.
All, yes.
That's complete bollocks.
It's true. The only vessels of the line that are called a boat are submarines in the Navy.
I fail to agree.
That's right. I'll tell you something else. There's not two moons.
A ship. In German, there's das Schiff and there's das Boot. I don't know which
That's
is which.
Boot.
It's spelled with two O's, but pronounced boat. But
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
It's pronounced boot.
It's not pronounced boat,
Yes,
unless you're
it
from
is.
Newcastle.
I was in Germany, watched for the World Cup, and these two lads came up and said, "Do you know where Jump House is?" Jump House.
Jump house.
Jump House is a slang term for a brothel, turns
The
out.
modern German.
And as soon as they said it, I immediately knew it.
You
was
knew?
like,
Yeah. Hey! There's something so camp about modern German, though. You know what they call a mobile phone? It's just so typically
Handy.
camp. Mein Handy. Oh, wo ist mein Handy? Ich habe mein Handy verloren. Oh, wo ist mein Handy?
Are you hosting the BAFTAs this year?
I did not know.
No? Oh, it's a shame, because I was going to say you should do it in that voice.
No, I'm welcome to the BAFTAs. Stop it! No. Anyway, yes, it's a purely naval tradition. It's no, in true English, you could call it a ship or a boat, and who could say nay? But that was the nature of our question, and a foolish one it was. As well as inventing the battery, Alessandro Volta, after whom the Volt is named, also discovered methane. Which animal contributes most methane to the atmosphere? Yes.
Cow.
Oh, yes.
Ants. No! Termites.
Is the right answer. Well done.
I only know that because I had a swanky showbiz lunch with the producer the other day and he let it slip.
What do I do, ladies and gentlemen? For the honesty, I'm inclined to let you keep your
What sort of showbiz lunch do you talk about termite farms? Where's your career going?
This is my career, mate. You're in it.
Can I just say, I was there and I completely ignored it.
Methane is a much worse greenhouse gas than CO2. In fact, it's about 23 times worse. They are staggeringly populous.
Well, why don't we feed them on something like a clear soup? A nice broth that hasn't got any sort of, pungent vegetable matter in. Just that.
You could never make that many little termite bowls.
How do cows produce methane? What do cows do to get...
Farting.
They don't fart it. They burp it, oddly enough. Cows?
So if you went around with a lighter, they went...
Presumably, yes.
Maybe that's where the dragon myth came from.
Very good.
They burped a bit of methane, set like one day, the dragon!
How did you two end up having a dinner with the producer?
You weren't
Bought
invited.
you lunch.
Were you not invited?
No.
I wasn't
You want to
there
see what
either.
I've got?
Anyway, back to termites.
Yes.
They have suicide bombers. Termites have suicide bombers who guard the hill, yeah. When predators approach, they explode and produce a sticky mess which glues the place up, prevents ants from attacking them. All righty, now, why do thousands of Americans call the emergency services on Christmas Day?
Because they haven't got any friends.
Yeah, you're lonely and drunk. And they get a touch tone phone and go 911, 911, 6432.
Very
Is
good.
it because they eat so much that their fingers chub up and they get all the...
That's not the reason. What happens on Christmas Day that's particular to that day?
Presents in the morning.
Presents.
So they phone up, they thank the fire brigade for their presents.
Give them things that, they hurt themselves with.
Or make calls with. Suppose somebody gave you
Is it a
mobile
handy?
phone, ein Handy,
Ein Handy.
for Weihnacht. And it was your first mobile phone.
And
I'm
you
very excited
slipped
about
and
say,
it went
have you got
up
the
your
receipt?
arse or something.
Well,
Yes, so you phone up the emergency service just to see if it's worked.
because you can't call anybody else up because you haven't got a network yet. All phones in America, whether they've got a SIM card in them or not, have to, by law, be able to call 911, the emergency service.
Does that annoy the emergency
I would imagine it drives them crazy. Yeah. Lastly, we've come to the end of our Quizlet, and we have one more question, and it's on the subject of electricity, our favourite subject. Why wouldn't a Russian family call their son power station or industrialization?
Well, they're not names, are they?
Because they're not names.
No, they're not
They
names.
are. They are. They were. Whoop, yeah.
They are named.
Why wouldn't they call their
Because
son?
they're girls'
unpopular
names.
names.
Because they're girls' names is the
Girls'
right answer.
names.
Well done.
Well done. Power station is Elektrostancja, is a girl's name, and Industrializacja is also a girl's name. But if you had a boy, you could call him Combine, which is combine harvester. Or you could call him 23 Fevralia, which is the 23rd of February. But this is actually a tradition in the Russic area, if you like. In Ukraine, their names like Noibie Batkop, don't kill me, father. Would you believe?
Is it like the, you know, the I don't know, it's a Red Indian thing where you come out the wigwam, the first thing you'd see.
Right.
So they'd come out and see a power station.
Do you know what my husband's Native American name is?
What?
Sits in front of telly farting.
Imagine if you said it quickly, it sounds quite nice.
Yeah.
Does.
You call him
Sits in
Tsitsi.
Said it
telefarting.
in a Russian accent.
Yeah, sits in front of telephone.
I like your sort of camp German accent the best.
Oh, shut
And I'd
up,
like you to... Can you just do handy again for me?
Wo ist mein Handy?
But before we close, Stephen, the horse is actually here.
Now then, well, I don't know about you, Archie. I have reached the end of my fuse, and it's time to look at the scores. With her name in lights, with 10 points is Joe Brand. In second place with 1 point, Rich Hall. In third place with minus 12 points, it's Sean Locke.
Thank you.
And finally, with minus 21 points, is Alan Davies. So, with our duties electrically discharged, that's goodbye from Rich, Sean, Joe, Alan and me. Good night.